more shit here than USB. Oh shit. Okay. All right. Ready there, Hefe?
Go.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Pacific Game Calls. I'm Jeff Stanfield.
I'm Andy Shaver. Speaking of Pacific, we got the man himself from the Pac Northwest, Mr. Matt Judy. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, boys. Thanks for having me on.
I'm excited. You're the official Widgeon Slayer, it sounds like.
I guess so. That's what people made it seem like this year.
How many days did you hunt this year?
Oh, I don't even know. I haven't counted on my phone, but it was a shitload.
How many days you shoot a limit of widgeons?
Actually less than it actually seems on Instagram, but we shoot a shitload every single time we hunt them. So it's pretty fun. We shot, I think, at least 10. Almost 10 big limits of widgeon, I'm pretty sure.
We love to hunt them. We haven't had the widgeon the last couple of years like we did before we just wore them out. Now, you guys kill some Eurasian widgeons. How often does that happen?
At least once a year. Like, if you're scouting widgeon feeds, man, you'll see, in a big feed, you'll see 10 of them sitting in there in almost every single feed. You can go find one a day if you wanted to, and a bunch of Eurasian widgeon hybrids too. And there's a lot of guys that actually target them. I don't. Like, if we get one, it's because we catch it in a rain out or something like that. Like, we don't target them, but you could go out there and sit out all day and wait for one to come in and shoot one for sure.
See, by looking at your pictures, that's what I was wondering. I want one so bad for the wall. And I thought, man, them guys shoot one every fucking day or not. But you see them a lot, but killing them is pretty rare.
It's not like, I mean, you won't kill one every single hunt, but I mean, you have a chance to. I know one group of guys shot 3 in one hunt up here this year, which, you know, I've never seen that in my life up here. And I was pretty blown away by it. But and then I know another group of guys who shot 5 out of the same hole, not in one hunt, but they got 5 this year, so that was pretty wild.
Okay, so out of the days that you did hunt, how many of them were just miserable and rainy? Because that's the thing that I see the most. Is it looks you shoot a lot of birds, it looks so fucking miserable.
Dude, it's if it's drizzling, like, we're kind of used to it, it's not too bad, but there was at least 3 or 4 times that we were just caught in a monsoon out there, and it gets so wet and so sloppy. You're just soaked to the bone, even in Sitka, dude. It just goes right through it and just leaks right through. If you're out and you're just laying in the layout. Now, it's gnarly.
Are you hunting around Seattle area somewhere, or are you hunting western?
We're Western Washington, just a little bit north of Seattle there. I won't give too much more.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I just was curious, but you're hunting the Seattle area then.
Yeah.
It looks miserable in your picture. It looks the same as it does for the snow goose guides in Arkansas. Just a slop fest.
We get a shitload of rain, man. It's always super sloppy. We can't drive into any fields. We have to pack out in almost every single field, and it's gnarly.
Oh, it looks like it. Yeah, you know, we're so spoiled here. If it rains once, twice a year, you know, you kind of dread it. But like, my stuff stays dry. I don't have to rotate my boots all the time. Like, I gotta imagine if you hunt all day, you got to have 2 or 3 sets of bibs and jackets and boots. I mean, you got to rotate.
Dude. Yeah, it's gnarly. I was thinking about getting a second pair of bibs for next year, but geez, the last like 3 weeks of the season, it was just nonstop raining. I was washing my gear every single night, and it was just the most annoying thing ever, dude. Like you'd get home and you're just covered in mud, and you're like, shit, I gotta hose these things off and wash them for the next day, and it's just a pain in the ass.
And that's the last thing that you want to do. I know, like when I'm done, when I finally get home and the hunt's over with, the last thing I want to do is take care of my clothes. My son, we were fun hunting. He fell in the water under Jeff's. We hunted a loaf pond here, and we were going to get him a speckle belly, and we accomplished all that. But it came time to pick everything up, and I've got the waders on, and as most 6-year-olds do, he wants to get in the water also. And Jeff here eggs him on. He's like, yeah, go get in the water.
I didn't say that. I said you can pick that decoy up right there. It's not even ankle deep right there. He fell. He didn't fall under, like he didn't get into deep water.
No, his boots got stuck and he fell backwards, ass over, just right into the water. His ass got wet. So anyway, that's what I got to do when I got home. And I was like, this is such an annoyance. I could not do this every single day like Matt does.
No, it sucks. Like it sucks major ass, dude. Our like early season, it's not too bad. We can drive into fields for a little bit, but I mean, mid-November hits and it's raining like 3 or 4 days a week for the rest of the season, pretty much.
Oh. What are y'all killing most of y'all's birds over? Corn?
Early season, it's like silage corn fields. We don't have any grain fields really. So it's usually like cut silage corn, and then like from mid-December through January, they're just sitting in just like pasture grass, green grass fields almost only. And, sheet water in the green grass fields is what we hunt almost exclusively in January.
And you're killing mallards and widgeons, right?
Yeah, mallard. Well, we got mallards, widgeon, pintails, everything. Not too many wood ducks or nothing, but all the puddle ducks.
Now, you say that you don't guide. So
no,
what do you do? You're just a professional Instagram hunter? What is it?
I just like to hunt a shitload. I won't go too much into my job situation, but it's a pretty relaxed thing where I can hunt more than most people.
Right. Well, no, I didn't mean like professionally. What do you do? But like, how are you involved hunting? Is it just this is a hobby of yours, and you're fortunate enough that you get to do it enough? That's what it is.
Yeah, that's basically exactly what it is. I love hunting so much. I don't make any money off what I do, and I got that. Started getting a bigger Instagram following, and just kind of went from there. And all my buddies love to do it too. And like literally all our hunts, we don't guide it. I've got probably easily over 200 messages like asking for next year when our books are open, or like if we guide or anything, and I just have to shoot everyone down because we just do it for fun. I think if I started guiding, it would ruin it for me. So I have a lot more fun just hunting with my friends only over here.
You do think that it would ruin it for you ultimately?
I think it would. I mean, I could do it for a while, but if I made it a full-time thing, I don't think I'd like it as much as I do.
Are you sick of eating ducks?
Kind of. It ain't too bad.
I mean, your limit's what, 8 or 7 there?
7 per person.
Whew.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of ducks to eat during the year. When you're guiding, your clients are taking your birds, it's not such a bad deal. But you start hunting 60 days at 7 birds, you're eating 400 ducks a year. That don't sound very good.
And we usually take it to the butcher and get a bunch of stuff made out of it, and it makes it easier to eat and everything. And we like it.
That's the way to go. And I'm trying to think. That's amazing that you've got so many buddies that want to waterfowl hunt. That's not something that I got 2 or 3, and they were all guides. But to be just in your community or your little tight knit group, to have that many buddies that want to waterfowl hunt, that's pretty amazing in itself.
Well, they kill the shit out of the birds.
Well, it's easy to make a good waterfowl hunter.
Yeah. But the work part of it is what's amazing. Is there's a lot of people that want to kill birds, but there's a lot of people want to be miserable doing it.
That's a fact. That is true. Yeah, no, my crew, well, me and my buddy Cody Choker, we have a really solid group of dudes, and I think every time we go out, we're, minimum 8 people every single time. So, all these dudes around here and they see big hunts and stuff, but it kind of became just normal for us. So we started, looking for bigger feeds where we could, probably limit more often and stuff, and just putting more work into it. And we're very fortunate to have a group of dudes that actually likes to do it and show up on time every single weekend, because we can count on them for the most part. And a lot of people or they'll message me and be like, man, how do you have so many solid friends that want to hunt with you all the time? I was like, I don't know. They're just good dudes and we're successful at it, and usually average 30 birds a hunt pretty much. So it's pretty fun.
It's easy to find friends whenever that's the case.
Yeah, when you're smashing them, everyone wants to come out.
Yeah.
So.
Now, you came down to Texas, didn't you? And crane hunted with Dive Bomb and the guys in the Panhandle?
Yeah. I went down there in December with them for 6 days, and I haven't really traveled much outside of Washington for hunting, so going down there kind of freaking blew my mind, dude.
Yeah, I can imagine so. And those big bastards, they're a lot easier to hit than the widgeon.
Oh yeah, like I couldn't believe how many. We probably saw like 30,000 cranes in the air at one point, and I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. And yeah, we hunted with Cadillac Creek for 2 days, Crooked Wing Outfitters for 2 days, and Final Descent for 2 days. And I learned so much about lesser hunting in those 6 days. It was crazy.
Now, don't you have lessers where you're at, don't you?
Yeah, we have lessers and cacklers, and we can hunt them pretty consistently throughout like November into December, but nothing like down there. It's insane.
Right. Now, you don't have to. I'm going to ask you a question, but you don't have to throw anybody under the bus. Did you have a bad crane hunt during those 6 days? One that didn't work out, or did you smash them every time?
No, we only hunted cranes once in the afternoon, and we shot our limit, so it was pretty good.
Because I agree with you. Crane hunting is a lot of fun when it works, but when crane hunting goes bad, like there is nothing you can do to get those big bastards off of their flight path. You can call, you can move decoys, you can do it's a predetermined deal. If it's going to be bad, there's not a fucking thing you can do other than bend over and pray to God that they brought enough lube. So,
yeah, luckily we got on a good one, but I could see that happening.
Yeah.
That would piss me off just watching all of them fly by. Yeah.
I mean, it's just there's nothing that you can do. Like, you can do whatever. It's just if they are a half a mile too far, they're going to stay a half a mile too far all morning.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you got a good one. I'm glad that you had a great time in West Texas. It looked like on Instagram like y'all were having a ball.
Yeah, we were beating the shit out of them there for those 6 days. So it was really fun, and getting to experience somewhere else. And I just couldn't believe how big the fields are down there.
What size are y'all shooting?
Huh?
How big are the fields you're hunting in?
Oh shit, 15, 20 acres,
Oh, wow.
10 acres.
Wow.
Yeah, they're tiny.
Yeah, that's just where the farmer keeps his barn and his equipment here.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, holy, I couldn't believe we're sitting out in the field hunting cranes. I couldn't see a damn thing for as far as I could see. It was just blowing my mind.
Yeah, it's there's what's one field up at
we have one
ranch
field
we
on a
have?
ranch that we hunt on that's 6,400 acres.
Yeah, that's
fucking 10 miles.
And I mean, think about that. Like, if the cranes are landing there and then all of a sudden they want, you're hunting that field, but they're a half mile or wherever. I mean, that's nothing.
Yeah.
And it's the same field. There ain't shit you can do about it.
Yeah, then you're fucked.
You just pray to God that they brought lube that day, because it's going to be a tough morning, and pray that you got understanding clients.
Let me ask you this, Matt. Y'all are hunting Pacific flyway birds. Do those birds, I don't know what kind of winter y'all had I do know it was cold and wet, basically. My son lives in Seattle, so I know that. But do y'all have was it a normal winter or below normal? What was it colder than usual or not?
No, it was warmer than usual this year. We only got one stint of snow. We only hunted in the snow once, and it melted off in like 3 days. It was a lot warmer and a lot wetter. Like, we flooded out a lot, and that's one thing like that really dictates how good our hunts are here is like when the fields flood. But if they flood too much, it'll disperse the birds like everywhere, because every single field will have sheet water in it. And instead of a feed of 2,000, 1,000 birds, you'll have 100 birds sitting in each field, so it makes it real tough. But
do
we had above average duck year this
y'all
year.
had above average? Do y'all have? It seems to me as far north as y'all are automatically going to get birds anyways. Now, a lot of your birds come out of Alaska and in Russia, or just Alaska, or what?
Our snows come from Russia, and most of our birds come from Alaska and BC on the west side, and then in eastern Washington they get a lot of Alberta birds. But yeah, most of our, like, if we shoot a band, it's always from Alaska or BC.
Boy, the difference between Western Washington and Eastern Washington, I drove through there, and Eastern Washington looks like it got hit by an atomic bomb once. There ain't a tree nowhere.
No, it's nothing. It's like, if you've never been to Washington, it's hard to understand like how different each side is.
Oh man, big time. It reminded me of Pierre, South Dakota. A lot of that stuff over there, just grass and no trees.
Yeah, it's just wide open, grain fields, spud fields, and then you get over here and there's just trees everywhere, and you're hunting a 10-acre field surrounded by trees, and yeah, it's just so much different.
Yeah, I always thought Washington was just this beautiful, all of it was just this beautiful place like you see in the movies, but I've never been there. But from what Jeff was saying, like, Eastern Washington is
the Texas Panhandle.
Not much to see.
Yeah, it's like almost exactly what it's like.
So when's your peak time of the year? When do you expect peak numbers there?
Usually, I don't know. We have a lot of ducks that actually winter here too. We have a lot of birds that will winter here and not even keep migrating. Like a lot of our widgeon just, they'll show up and just stay. But usually about late November, we'll have like everything. That's usually around like peak numbers when you have all the lessers, all the cacklers, and like all the ducks showing up. When we usually know we'll have like some really outstanding hunts. And that's usually more mallards and lessers and cacklers. And then the widgeon usually start getting good about mid-December through January. So it's kind of split up a little bit.
Now, when does y'all's hunting season open?
The second weekend of October.
So y'all and it just now closed?
Yeah, and it closed on the 31st.
You got that's a long grind.
107-day season. Yeah. It's pretty fun, but it's long.
Yeah. Now, I saw on your Instagram you said that you go sober every hunting season. All hunting season. Why is that?
I just can't stand feeling groggy, running a hunt, waking up to do a hunt. It just makes me feel off.
Right.
So, I've done it for, I think, almost 5 years now, gone sober for 4 months every hunting season. And, it just makes you feel more dialed. Go to bed early and you wake up on time, never really late, and you just don't feel like shit in the morning, and it's a lot easier to wake up to hunt.
Now, is this from like experience? Like, have there been times, I mean, I'm sure there have, where you've just gone out shitty from the night before?
Oh yeah, I've done it a few times, and I just hit a point one time where I felt like such shit. I was like, man, I'm never doing this again.
That's what everyone that says that next morning, but you actually followed through.
Followed through.
Yeah, I actually fucking did it. So.
Yeah, most people, they forget about that about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They're like, it wasn't that bad. And they'll start having their beer. I don't.
Exactly.
What gets me? Go ahead.
I was telling my friends all season, I was like, man, them 2 Busch Lights probably going to fuck me up at the end of the season.
Yeah, drinking like a lightweight again.
Doing 2.5 of them, and I was buzzing pretty good. I was like, shit, I fucking told you, dude.
We get clients, it just amazes me that'll get trashed the night before a hunt. And I'm thinking,
the first night.
And then just feel miserable. And I'm like, why do you do that to yourself? I mean, grown-ass men, guys 55, 65 years old, you'd think they'd learn by then, and they still get hammered that first night. And I'm thinking, and it's just no fun the next morning for them. It can't be.
Especially
cold,
out
ground,
here. Because, they're paying for this experience. So, like, why would you want to cost yourself a day? Like, where you feel like shit and can't get out of bed? Like,
I don't know why anyone. Well, I mean, it's fun if it's a trip. If it's like you and your buddies, you haven't seen each other in a while, but you're there to hunt. So
yeah,
that's exactly right. I had some guys this last year got so hammered. I'm thinking, why don't you just drive somewhere and go drink somewhere for a week? Fuck, do that in June. You don't have to be hunting. I mean, look, they didn't even hunt 2 days or something. They didn't care. They just wanted to drink and be together. Well, fuck, book a hunt in June with me. We can do that shit. Ain't no crowd. You know, it's prime time.
Shit.
But now, after the hunt, after like a banger, sometimes a nice cold beer is pretty good. So
That's true. That's true. And I denied a lot of those this year because I just get that taste in my mouth, and I knew I'd just keep going. So I just cut it off completely. You know, after we shot that freaking 16-man of mallards we had, everyone was just, boozing it up after that. And I was just like, man, I want to, but I can't do it.
It's got to, in a way, though, it's got to kind of be a nice reset.
Oh, it totally is. Like, I tell everyone, it just feels, you just feel good. It makes you feel a lot better. And, I don't know, you just feel good.
Yeah.
Nice take.
I don't have the mental fortitude to do that. Otherwise, I would be right there with you. But I need my booze during hunting season. Some days more than others.
Are you wearing the dive bomb jacket?
Yeah, that flannel jacket they sent out. It's freaking sweet.
You and Andy are about the only people I know that's got those.
A couple people got them.
Who else got them besides you two?
I don't know.
And Asher.
Hunter Pickett got one.
Yeah. We're not that special.
I know. I think they're on their website, but
I think that the ones that got sent them, like you guys, are all special.
He's being a fucking dick to me, is what he's trying to be.
Why am I being a dick?
That's
Matt,
what he's trying to do.
You don't know this because you're not a big podcast guy, but Andy's world famous. In a big circle now.
He's just being a fucking asshole. Is all he's trying to do.
Andy, are you not the world famous Andy Shaver? Did they not say that about you?
Get off of this shit.
Yes. And you and the Widgeon Slayer both are wearing the Dive Bomb Industries flannels.
It ain't about me. It's not about me right now, Jeff. It's about our guest.
I understand that, but him and you are both wearing one.
I'm not wearing one.
Matt and you both have one.
Okay.
I'm glad y'all didn't wear them and y'all look like twins today.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking dick.
You're freaking pointing it up.
He's just a fucking dick is all that he's being to me.
Well, I didn't get one, so I know that I'm not in that group.
He's bitter is what he is, man.
I am such a bitter person.
He wants
one bad. See, he brings this up every time that he can to throw. I think there's like a little jealousy brewing between us because I've got I got a flannel and some other stuff. But
what else did you get?
Just fucking get off of this shit and let's move on. God damn.
I want to know what else you got.
Nothing, Jeff. Just fucking drop it. See, now it's a hard transition.
No, it's not.
I've got to pick up this conversation, the pieces.
I mean, I sat with you in a blind this week, and I saw all those nice white calls that Pacific sent you too. Right?
He won't get off of this. Matt, save me here. Did you watch the Super Bowl last night?
Yeah, I did.
Was you happy?
I'm guessing you were going for the Chiefs.
No, dude, I wanted Tom Brady.
What?
I wanted him.
Well, he fucking did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he stomped him.
His defense looked damn good. Tom Brady's a smart guy. I mean, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. I'm just going to say that right now. And he's been fortunate enough to play with a great coach and great defenses. And his defense flat got after Mahomes yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
They destroyed.
They did. And I'm a Mahomes guy. I'm a big Chief fan. I have been forever. But there was no doubt about who the best team was. Officiating didn't have a damn thing to do with the outcome of that. And these people that keep talking about that have lost their damn mind. The Green Bay game might have been a little bit different on the officiating. The Kansas City game had nothing to do with officiating.
No.
Hey, what's the story? Why is fucking people? Why are the Seahawks talking about trading Russell Wilson?
I had no idea. I didn't even know they were talking.
Yeah, that's a big deal now. A couple teams have inquired about him, so they're taking calls on him. But why? He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
I don't know. I thought he'd be a Seahawk forever because he's like, still a really good QB. But
he's a great quarterback. He's a class act. He don't get in trouble off the field. So I was kind of surprised by that. Are you a big Seahawk fan?
Yeah, they're probably my favorite team.
Well, they beat my Packers a couple years ago, so fuck Russell Wilson. Hope he moves on. Hope he goes to Detroit.
I was shocked that old Antonio Brown got a TD last night. I was just like, man, all the shit that guy's been through, and he scores a TD in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Le'Veon Bell.
He's self-inflicted.
Yeah, but he's still gone through some shit.
Yep.
Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown both won a Super Bowl without Ben Roethlisberger.
No, Le'Veon Bell didn't.
Played in the Super Bowl. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, he caught a tutty. I saw Pat McAfee won like $25,000 on a parlay that Gronk would have a touchdown
Antonio Brown,
Antonio
and
Brown,
Leonard Fournette.
And I think he went with the yards for Gronk. Yeah, he won like $25,000 last night.
Jeez.
The rich get richer.
Exactly.
Have you been playing with the stock market any with all this shit that's going on? Or are you staying out of that?
No, I almost did, and then I just barely missed it. So
yeah, I missed the bubble.
Kind of walked sideline.
I was gonna buy some Dogecoin today, and I backed out.
It's gone up. See,
yeah, if you would have bought that like 2 weeks ago, you'd be making some freaking bank on that shit right
Well, it's still cheap. I just don't. Man,
is it going to go higher than 8 cents a share? Is what you got to think.
I think it will probably do that. I just don't know that I want to.
Well, what sucks is I got out of Bitcoin, so I was on one app and
got out of Bitcoin.
Listen to me.
It went up 43,000 or 45 today.
I had all my money on one app and I moved it to another app so that I could play this stock market fiasco, and yeah, basically I took all my money out of Bitcoin and it fucking straight up
13% today, right now.
I don't need to play this stock market game. I've come to realize. It's just I need to stick to fucking killing specs.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's not my forte.
So do you live in God's paradise up there? Do you do a lot of fishing?
Yeah, we do a little bit of salmon fishing, and starting in April into through summer we do a ton of bass fishing. We got some good bass lakes around here, but up here there's so much shit to do. We're 30 minutes away from the ocean, and we have rivers everywhere. And I mean, right across the border in Canada, there's world-class, steelhead salmon fishing up there too. I don't know if you follow the guy 604 Backwoods on Instagram at all, but he's just north of the border on me, and he does all kinds of cool shit up there. He does a lot of fishing too.
You said 604?
But, I mean, yeah.
That's what you said?
604 Backwoods, yeah.
Check it out.
Jens Cuthbert.
We just talked to the 406 Images guy.
Oh.
So no, I don't follow 604 Backwoods. He's got some cool shit though. Do you go up to Canada every year, or when the border's open?
No. I do. Well, I cross the border, all the time. I do a lot of work up there for my job, but I don't really go hunt in BC because it's literally the exact same terrain as so it's no different at all. They can shoot 8 ducks up there and we can shoot 7. That's about the only difference.
Now, has it always been 7 where you live, or is that recent?
Yeah,
forever it's been 7.
I think at one time it was 8 though, back in the 80s, wasn't it? I think it was. Idea. I think in the 80s you could shoot 8 ducks on the West Coast. I'm almost positive, like 6 mallards and 8 ducks. Are you allowed to shoot 7 mallards or just 6 mallards or 5?
7.
God dang.
7. Anything 7 is the number for everything.
Fucking liberals, they got it made out west. I'm telling you.
What about pintails?
2 and 5 drakes or 7 widgeon, no matter what.
Yeah. What's your pintail limit?
Just 1.
That's so fucking everywhere. Are you?
And we get a fucking shitload of those things in January, dude. There's times we're set up, and that's all we didn't limit because we only had pintails coming in. So it's freaking annoying.
Are they a pain in the ass for y'all like they are? Do they buzz the decoys 50 fucking times round and round and round some days?
Yeah, some days I give it up, but 90% of the time they'll just hang up high and freaking.
That's why there's fucking millions of them bastards. And they got the limit at 1. And another thing too, 90% of them look like fucking drakes that are flying around.
Yep. Yeah, it's super annoying.
Yeah, and it's hard whenever you've got clients out on that and they see a fucking pintail, he'll ball up and then like 50 yards he pulls the ripcord. And then you got clients that don't necessarily understand that pintails are just, in fact, the assholes of the waterfowl world. And they're like, man, what's wrong? Well, like, what's wrong with the decoys? What's wrong with the blind? It's like, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass when I say this. That's just a fucking pintail being a pintail.
Yeah.
So, but when they do it, they sure are pretty, and they got a nice sprig sometimes. But
yeah, we've shot at nice ones, but yeah, I bet that's hard to explain to some clients.
There's just some ducks that are a little bit harder than others, and especially like whenever they ball up like they do. Like you're like, okay, this is it. And you get them at 50 yards, and then they make that next pass, and you're thinking, okay, this is the one right here. And then it's at 65 yards all of a sudden. You're like, motherfucker. What am I going to have to do to get these things? And then you can't ever plan it if they want to see the spinner, if they don't want to see the spinner. It's who knows.
Yeah.
Matt, how'd you get into waterfowl hunting?
I was self-taught. My dad would take me out. We wouldn't set up decoy spreads or anything. We'd just go jump, the lagoons behind the dairies here and walk creeks and jump ducks out of there. We only set up, decoys a few times and shot a couple. But, I did that for years before I could drive. My dad would just take me out, and he kind of fueled the fire for it. And I got my license when I was 16. And then I was able to start, get actually going out and get permission and setting up in the fields and stuff. And, ever since then, it's what I've always wanted to do. And I just think about it 24/7. And like I said, I don't make any money off of it, and try to just shoot a fuckload of birds every year. So it's fun. I just love it way too much, man.
You're a very nice person, because this past fall, y'all were shooting birds early in the year, and there was some jackass trying on your page trying to be an asshole. And I can't remember what, I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about. But anyways, guy was doing it all the time, and he would just be an ass, and you would be like, he's just a dick about the way they shoot birds and how many they're shooting into big groups, and just good about guys being an asshole. But Matt always was kind of really cool about it, and he was like, oh, he's a nice guy. They kill a lot of birds themselves. He never was a dick about it. Like, I'd have been, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. No, that was after our big ass 16-man hunt we had, and that riled up a shitload of people over here. And there was a lot of guys that got really pissed off about that hunt, which, I don't know why. It kind of happens every time we have a big hunt, but that one pissed a lot of people off. And, that guy was talking some like serious shit to me, and I just keep it cool. And I always just either congratulate him or give him a compliment and move on and throw up another fat stack. So.
Oh, you could tell it ate his ass up that you were not.
That was not what he was expecting, I guarantee you.
No, because I even wrote on there. I was like, man, I don't know why the guy had a great hunt on his own property. Fuck, it's a damn good hunt.
Right.
I put something on there like, it seems to me a lot of bitterness right here and jealousy. And Matt wrote something like, hey, they kill a lot of birds also. And I thought, boy, that really pissed that motherfucker off when you were nice to him.
Exactly, dude.
Oh, yeah, I'd been madder than fuck if I'd have been him trying to stir shit up. Some guy said something nice about me and be like, go fuck yourself, buddy.
Exactly. There's what the fuck do I say to that, dude?
So
it pissed me off the guy was being an asshole, so I said something, and then you was like,
he kills birds. He's cool. He's cool, man.
They kill a lot of birds themselves, and one guy was on your side, was really pissed off about it. He's like, go fuck that guy, but that guy was just being an asshole, trolling. Everything you said, he was just being a troll about.
Oh yeah, he was on my ass hard, and I think that one was in the dive bomb forum after I posted my video.
It was in the dive bomb pages.
Yeah, I had a lot of guys, kind of just talking shit to people for me. I wasn't even really saying anything.
That's when it's nice.
I know. I'm in there, and I was like, man, if these people are going to do it for me, I don't want to say a damn thing, and just throw out a couple compliments and keep moving on.
Y'all had a big rip or something on him, and he was bitching about it. I'm like, I don't know why the fuck you're bitching, Betty. It's legal what he's doing. He's hunting. He had a big limit. They had a big group of guys. Birds done it right, and they shot. What the fuck do you expect him to do? It sounds to me like you're just jealous because you weren't there when they did it.
Yeah, there was even shit. Dive Bomb posted that one on their Instagram page, and holy fuck, the comments on that one too were just insane. But then I was like, the only thing I have to say about that is I go out and shoot a 16-man. I'm not a guide, but these outfitters are shooting big limits all the time, and no one bats an eye at it. And me, the little private guy, does it myself, and people just lose their fucking shit. So I really don't know why that happens.
Everybody wants to pick apart everybody else's stuff. I don't. Yeah. There's an outfitter in Texas that's had a really good couple of years, and he's been banging away, and he posts a lot of pictures, and it gets a lot of people want to be jealous, and most of it's jealousy. I mean, that's just the deal is. I mean, it's Toby and them at Cadillac. They've killed a lot of birds this year. They've had a great season, and everybody always wants to
Past couple years, they've really
they've just stacked them up, and the reality is they kill a lot of birds, and that's the way it is. That's life. But people get so jealous about it, and they've been pretty much open book. And I've had other outfitters tell me too. They're really not killing that. In fact, look, they post pictures every day. They are killing that many birds. Well, I don't know what your problem is with it. They're on the birds. They've been fortunate that the birds have stayed up in their area right here, and so right now they're killing a lot of birds. You shouldn't be jealous of that. I mean, it's life.
No, it's like that's just how it is. Fucking deal with it.
Yeah, deal with it and move on. Do you know this guy? Like, is he also up kind of in your area?
No, he's not from. We're not from the same area. He was from down in Oregon, where it's this whole. I'll just briefly go over it. They're from a place in Oregon where they hunt a shitload of cacklers, and they're just Dave Smith guys through and through. That's all they run down there.
That's what it was about. Yes, that is exactly what it was about.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to create any beef here.
We don't care. You're not gonna cause us any beef.
No, I just want to know what happened. I didn't see this.
A lot of those guys fucking hate Dive Bomb as a brand. Like, they just can't stand them. So then, you see maybe guys like me and other dudes just freaking beating the fuck out of ducks over, Dive Bomb spread and just, stacking them up. And I think they just don't like it for some reason and just try to find a way to talk a lot of shit about it. And specifically on that video, people are saying we're shooting them super steep for my 16-man hunt when, I mean, they were 20, 15, 20, 25-yard shots, and you got 16 guns going off. So it's a pretty damn close shot if you ask me.
That's exactly what it was about. The guy was bitching. Now I remember it all. He was bitching. He wrote on there, excuse me, he said, well, it looks like you're taking awful far shots there. If you were using regular decoys, you wouldn't be taking far shots like that.
Regular decoys?
They would finish better. And you was trying to be nice. And I wrote on there, I said, looks to me like you're just bitter and a little bit of jealousy right there. First of all, when you're taking a camera, you can't tell. Right. If you see a bird that flops and it's dead, they're within shooting range. You can tell when the birds are getting hit.
I mean, yeah, the rainouts we were having, those things were like stone cold.
There was no doubt that you were shooting the birds right on top of you, but he was being a dick. But it was about that Dave Smith decoys. That's exactly what it was. Now looking back, because you can't finish them over this, and you can't do that. Well, but dude, you look just like you're a bitter fucking asshole. Is what you look like.
And
it was like hinting at we're shooting them steep because we were using dive bombs when my buddy had a 24 millimeter wide angle camera lens, so it did look somewhat steep in the video. But people like, why the fuck would you even comment on that, dude? Like, you go out your way to rip into someone for that kind of stuff. It just makes no sense.
Especially on like the Dive Bomb page to do it there. Was it the private page?
Yeah.
Yes. Or just their?
No. Yeah. Facebook group.
So why are you even a part of this if that's going to be your attitude?
That is the question to ask everybody. I don't understand that either. Why troll people on their own private pages?
Right.
I see that shit all the time on there.
Like,
also.
You're in the Dive Bomb page and you're gonna trash guys shooting a lot of birds over their product. Why be here?
Like, what do you act like? You're gonna have dudes jumping down your throat after you say something like that in there. So
do you?
Who the fuck?
So now you've got what, 25,000 followers on Instagram? I mean, I'm sure that's something that you didn't really expect to happen.
No, not really. It just kind of started happening, and I started creating better content and shit, and just kind of blew up. So I wasn't planning.
So do you? I mean, are you getting are you getting more of that hate mail? Are you getting like PETA people coming at you yet, or not?
Not really. It's only when we do big hunts is when people, message me or comment on stuff. But for the most part, people like see what we're doing and they're just like, fuck yeah, dude, keep doing your thing and, keep smashing them. It's mostly positive, but, when we throw up like a 10-man plus hunt is when people are like, oh, you faggots. Like, what? So I know it's coming every single time I'll post one, and I just
I don't see the big workout why people get pissed off about that, because anywhere the snow goose guys right now, the guys that won that contest yesterday, they killed 473 birds. Well, I think a hell of a deal. I mean, they busted their ass. That's something to be proud of. As long as you're doing what's legal What's the problem? If you went out and fished and you can catch 25 pompano or some shit, I have no idea, and you took 4 guys on a boat and you caught 100 fish, nobody would say a fucking thing.
Yep.
You know, and so I don't see what the issue is. You're killing them and you're knocking the shit out of them. It's jealousy is what it is. First of all, people that don't live in the Washington area are jealous of people like me. Are like, fuck, I wish I was up there where all the fucking they get birds every year. They don't have to rely on weather as much as we do. I'm jealous of that. Now, you killing a bunch of birds, I think that's great. I don't understand the jealousy on all that shit. Same with the guys at Amarillo. I don't understand all the jealousy with them.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but when it comes down to it, like when people complain about it, I'm just like, I worked harder than you at it because I probably wanted it more, and we've got the guys we roll with, we've got a ton of experience racked up, so we know what we're doing when we're hunting big groups like that, and it always goes super smooth. And I probably scouted more than them and got on a good feed where I know we could do it. So
are you hunting all private land?
Yeah, it's all private.
Is there a lot of competition to get on places up there?
It's getting worse, but compared to other places, very minuscule.
Yeah, I got to imagine with the Instagram following now, it's going to kind of you might get some more out-of-staters sniffing around.
Yeah, and like a lot of guys from, even an hour down south of me are, kind of starting to creep up here, and I catch them scouting and stuff, and I'm just like, man, don't come up, like, get back down there. I see what you're doing.
So when did you see kind of where your Instagram following was heading? Was it a couple years ago? Was it this year?
Oh, it was, probably last year when I hit 15,000, and shit, I gained 10,000 this season. So it's kind of insane. I was sitting at 15 or 16,000 back in September and October this year, and I'm at fucking 25,000 now. So it's just wild.
Do you bring a professional photographer with you on more of these hunts?
No, I do I bring my own camera, and I'm running hunts, and me and my buddy Cody Choker will kind of go back and forth on who calls the shot. So if like he's calling the shot, I'll just run a camera, film and take pics of everything and product shots and stuff. But for the most time, I'll be ripping on a call, calling a hunt, and shooting a camera at the same time. So it would be nice to have someone else do it, but I know no one else will, so I just do it myself.
Yeah. Does all the weather that you get, that's gotta wreck your camera equipment, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're sitting like my cameras can handle a little bit of rain, but in some monsoons, dude, I won't even bring it out of the house. I'll just leave it in there, just take phone pics and stuff. But yeah, camera gets super fucking muddy and wet, and it gets sketchy too. So I don't want to ruin a $2,000 camera. So fuck that.
I gotta imagine your gun is just, you gotta clean it every night too. I'm assuming.
Dude, my gun's such a hunk of shit. It barely even works. It shoots like maybe 1 out of 3 shells every time.
Andy's a lot like you.
That's ugly.
Andy, that's the damn truth.
What?
Your gun, you've always have a piece of shit gun because you don't take care of it.
I take care of it.
No, you don't. When's the last time you cleaned your shotgun?
I cleaned it not too long ago.
How long's not too long ago? Last year?
No, it was fucking sooner than that.
Did you clean it during this season?
No.
Okay, there you go. Most guys cleaning guns once every 3 days.
How often do you clean yours, Matt?
Well, he said he don't.
You don't at all.
I don't. Well, I only clean it if it like absolutely won't punch a shell at all. So if I'm just clicking for like 10 shots in a row, then I will. But so I clean it like once a season.
I shoot an over-under for that reason. We hunt a lot of sand up here, and it used to get jammed up a lot. I went to an over-under. It's the best thing I ever did.
Yeah, I can see that. We got caught when I was down there, we got caught in a sandstorm, and I'd never seen anything like that. It locked up my gun in like 5 minutes.
That's why I started shooting over-under, and I love it. I'm not used to – I don't miss the third shell. That was the hardest part at first. But the third shell part, once you get past that, it's not a big deal. But I love to shoot an over-under, but I did it for that reason. Andy needs to shoot an over-under or a single shot.
I'm such a terrible shot, I need that third shell.
I wouldn't bring up your shooting.
Well, dude, just tell my friend, I can't shoot anything. I can't hit shit steep at all. So, I always tell my friends to try to get them as close as I fucking can, because once they get past 30, I can't hit them. So
Yeah. We did a fun hunt like I was talking about, and I got to tell you, Jeff's shooting has declined a little bit from what I remember.
Yeah, I don't shoot near as good. I can't see no more.
Not as good. He used to be on my ass all the time about my shooting, but
Well, I was shooting a 28 gauge.
he didn't
too.
just fucking blow me away on this little fun hunt that we did, Matt.
I shot a 28 gauge this weekend. That makes a big difference too. And the birds, Andy wasn't actually putting them on the deck like he normally does either.
We were shooting 25 yard. It was a 25-yard shot, Matt.
oh, that's perfect.
See there?
Well, I would have preferred them to be about 10 yards.
Well, I'm sure you would have.
'Cause I'm getting old.
Dude, at that point, you're just shooting right past them. Sometimes you get them so close, people literally shoot right past
Yeah.
them.
Maybe I was doing that the other day. Maybe I was shooting right past them because I was not hitting birds at all like I normally do. But I did change guns up.
You need to just pattern that.
I shot my
gun.
limit though.
That fucking barrel might be bent.
Why did you do something to it?
I didn't fucking do anything to it. I'm just saying that I didn't have success with it, and you didn't either. There might be something wrong with the gun.
I killed my limit. I mean, it just took me a while.
Barely. So what do you do? Do you do any turkey? Are there any turkey hunting to do up there? Fishing? What about the off season?
Dude, the only thing I hunt is waterfowl. I don't big game hunt or nothing. There is turkey hunting, but it's only in Eastern Washington, so we're like a minimum, 6-7 hour drive if we want to shoot a turkey. But I want to try it. Anyone I talk to just hypes it up like crazy. I don't know. Do you guys turkey hunt?
We do, man, and I got to tell you, it's a close second to waterfowl hunting.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. So I'm like, dude, I got to try that out. I got to see actually what it's about. But I've never even tried it. It looks fun, but I think I'd have to do it to be like, okay, can kind of shake a stick at this. But
and down in Texas, the weather's nice, and weather's starting to get nice, and it's a lot of fun because it's interactive with the bird. They're getting close, tied up onto you, so it's a lot of fun. You should definitely try it if you ever get the opportunity to.
Yeah, so I think I every year I try to trade someone like a widgeon hunt for a turkey hunt or something, but I've never actually taken anyone up on it. So this year I think I'm actually going to try.
Yeah, you definitely should. You hunt out of layouts a lot, don't you? Or is that primarily how you do it every day?
Yeah, we used to hunt out of panels like shit. The last 2 years we've hunted layouts more than we had. Like when we first got panel blinds 4 or 5 years ago, like we were literally trying to find fields where we wouldn't have to use layouts, like specifically try to use panels and stuff. But they're getting smart to edge hides, and that's like our only panel hides now. So I just go layouts right in the middle, and it's been working really good for us this year. So just kind of got to adapt to what they're doing, and most often than not, like with our ducks, if you get in the middle, you're gonna have a better hunt. So
you have noticed that they're getting wise to the edge hides?
Yeah.
I think it's because everybody's doing it again.
Everybody's doing it now.
That's the thing. Everybody runs either an A-frame or a panel now. So, I think I was running layouts more than anyone else in my area this year, and it was working for us. And there's a few times where they were picking us out, but for the most part, it worked great. But laying in the rain and layouts in a freaking downpour sucks.
That's what I was going to ask next. Like, your layout's not drying up in time for the next morning's hunt.
Dude, we put stuff away, and like once shit gets wet, it's wet for the rest of the season. Like, your wet layout, your decoy bags are wet as shit, and trailer starts getting moldy, and dude, like everything's just so damn wet. 100% of the time, it's fucking annoying. So we kind of did what you did. So about 5, 6 years ago, we kind of started switching to layouts, and then we've gone the A-frame route. And I'm kind of like you; they're getting wise to the edge hide. But there were a couple times. Oh, I think I just lost you. Yeah, someone just called me.
Yeah, there you are. There were a couple times where it had like rained or snowed, and I had to climb back in that layout that I was in the day before, and my whole day was just fucking ruined.
Dude, it's just sucks.
I mean, you're just like, God damn, this is never.
Just sitting in a damp layout and hands just stay wet. Dude, it sucks.
My hat's
nuts.
off to you, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, I could not do the hunting looks phenomenal up there. I could not do what you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, like I said, like when we're going out, like if I'm bringing new people out and stuff and it's raining, I'm like, dude, it's gonna suck, but I'll guarantee you it's worth it. Because like on our gnarly rain days, like if it's raining bad, it pushes ducks out like crazy to go feed. So I mean, we know if it's raining, it's gonna be a really good hunt. So I always tell everyone like it's worth it. You just gotta stick it out because you won't give a shit about that rain when you have 500 widgeon in your face.
That is a young man's sport.
Yeah, yeah. Have you done any of the snow goose hunting conservation season?
No, I never have done
Well,
that.
you're going to be.
You would be seasoned for it.
You'll be seasoned for it.
Yeah, I always hear everyone talk about that Arkansas mud and shit. And I got a couple buddies who, guide down there. They'll send me snaps, and I'm just like, man, it looks like hunting a spud field here.
Now, is that you have?
gnarly.
What's the main agriculture up there? Is it like you said, potatoes and wheat?
No, it's potatoes and silage corn, and then just a lot of grass fields for silage grass for all our dairy farms.
So that's not wheat that I see you in. That's a silage grass field.
No, it's pasture grass, silage grass. It's not any grain crop or anything.
Huh. It doesn't look like one plus up there is it doesn't look like it's boggy to where you sink into your knees or anything in the mud.
No, that's like if you get into like a spud field, which everybody, like if you ask anyone up here, like everyone fucking hates hunting spud fields, even me, dude. I cannot stand it because you'll sink to your shin every step of the way trying to get where you're at. So I mean, but the shitty thing is like you'll see some massive duck feeds in spud fields, and like once you hunt them a couple times, you learn like it's not even worth it. Like I won't even set up on them because just go find a little bit smaller feed in a grass field because I ain't trying to trudge up to my knees for 100 yards carrying a layout out there.
Does anybody pit any of those fields?
No, we don't have any pit blinds up here. You'd have to be sump pumping them every single morning.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would figure. So what's left in those spud fields? I mean, is it just little potatoes that didn't get harvested or what?
Yeah, so they'll eat these little tiny spuds that didn't make it through the belt, and they'll also put a cover crop seed grass on it, so they eat the little seed shoots or the grass shoots coming up, and I mean they're always loaded, and it's just not worth it.
No, I can imagine. So I hunted a potato field in Colorado one time, but the ground it's also 10 below zero up there. So, but those geese they would get there and like you said, just they'd get those little potatoes. They were hard as a fucking rock. I don't even know how they got it down, but you'd see that bird and he'd take it and he'd run his head back and forth and kind of try to break it into pieces and then they would eat it. But it's something else. You got a hell of a deal up there, man. I enjoy watching your success on Instagram. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And a lot of people say the same thing too. They're like, we're doing so much like just different hunting style compared to the big Instagram stuff you see, and it's just kind of unique up here. I don't really think there's anywhere else like it where we hunt like what we do, and I just like to share it and let people see what we're doing and the guys that don't get on very good hunts sometimes they like to watch my stuff and see us bang out, and it's fun.
We appreciate you being on here and we wish you the best.
Yeah, man. This was a lot of fun. We've gone on an hour now, so appreciate you coming on here, and we'd love to have you on again. And I would like to talk to you during the hunting season, but everything's so wet up there. I don't know if you have time to hop on here and do this again during the hunting season, but we'll see what it takes us.
No, I definitely would. I'm basically free whenever during it, so I mean, I'm down for whatever.
Good deal, man. So what's your Instagram for people that may not have heard about you? Where can they find you?
It's at Matt_Judy on Instagram.
Perfect. Well, Matt, we really appreciate you coming on here. Have fun this off season, and I guess when October rolls around again, we wish you the best, bud.
Heck yeah, perfect. Thanks for
Hey,
having me
thank you,
on,
man.
guys.
Have a great day.
See you, bud.
Yeah, you too. Later.
Mr.
Matt Judy.
Very
interesting. Very, very interesting.
I'm telling you, though, that water, couldn't do it. No,
Andy.
no.
Did you want to congratulate me on winning the big football pot, or do you want to wait till later?
What big football pot?
The lodge one.
I'm the one that predicted the fucking Super Bowl.
Who won the pot, though?
What pot are you talking about?
The money pot we had up here. The squares.
The squares?
Yeah. Did you not know I won the whole thing?
No.
Yeah, I hit the end of it.
Oh, really? How
Yep.
much money did you win?
Over $2,000.
Woo! That's a lot of do-re-mi. You're going to file taxes on that, I hope.
Anyways, we appreciate everybody listening to the Big Honker Podcast.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. No, I won $25 yesterday was all I won.
Tony won his entry fee plus some, and I won the big pot at the end.
Well, I'm proud of you, Jeff. Mm-hmm. I am. Yep. Unlike how you would be towards me, I'm actually proud that you won something as meaningless as the football squares.
Yes. It mean nothing, really, but it was happy.
It's all luck.
I'm spending money. It is luck. It was no doubt. It was.
All
I
luck.
just thought I'd come in here and then you'd say, you lucky fucker, but you never say a word.
I haven't looked at it.
Yes.
All
All the scoring they had, and they never scored in the fourth quarter.
We were partners until you hit the big one.
Well, I'll split it with you when we go to the casino.
Now, hold on, Jeff. You remember you said you're going to give me some money for a new gun.
I don't remember that conversation at all.
At my house when I had prime rib.
Yeah, but then you decided you was getting a good deal on a gun. I was thinking you was getting a good deal.
That's still that money's still baked into the good deal price.
You know what I did notice though? First of all, your mom's in a hurry. I know because she's got to go get her
It's just now
haircut now.
12:30. She's got an hour.
She has to get ready and go there.
Oh,
Is Andy all the time is whining about how hard it is. I have when you're guiding a hunt, how much stuff you got to put up with.
Yeah.
Keep up. I have never in my life hunted with anyone that's got more gadgets and gizmos than Andy does on a hunt.
it's not gadgets and gizmos. It's shit that I need.
You're cooking donuts.
Yeah.
You've got your dog's got 15 leads off of him.
He's got the gun dog quick release. It's two.
You got your pretty ivory white calls going all the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, you
You
gotta
have
have
a
a
6-year-old son that's got more snacks than anybody I've ever seen on a morning hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Colin, our good friend, I said, I've never been hunting with someone that's got so much shit going on in a 4x4 space than Andy does right
I'm
now.
sure Ron was that way when he had YouTube.
You
boys.
reminded me of Andy. That's what you reminded me of. I told him, I said, I have so much more respect for my dad now because my dad had 2 Reeses that he was putting up with
Right.
and a dog. And we were in a boat a lot of times. And I remember Dad a lot of times would say, damn it, Jeff, or damn it, Tony. And I understood the frustration.
Yeah.
Because you're pretty patient most of the time.
Well,
Can you imagine when Jameson's in that blind also?
yeah.
It's coming.
But when the birds are coming in, like that's my time. Like Reese, I can't pay attention to you right now, and that's why I can only take him
On certain groups.
certain days if I think it's going to be a good day.
People that are friends that know what's going on.
Right. So many people are like, man, Reese must get to hunt every day, and I'm like, that's the last motherfucker, little shithead that I want out there on a lot of hunts because if
He's high maintenance.
if it's a tough day or if I'm having to do stuff, he wants to help.
Yes,
which
he
is
does.
which is very admirable of him. He wants to learn, but like there's some days where like I've just got to get this bird and I've got to get back to the blind. Like that's where I'm at. Like I don't have time for you to run out. I would love for you to be able to run out there.
Like when Asher and him or Dive Bomb guys are here, you can take him.
I
They
can
know
take
they
him.
understand what's going on. When
Right.
you've got certain Steve Barber and then you got groups of guys that you can take him.
Yeah, and if I know it's going to be an easy kind of wham bam thank you ma'am type deal, I'll take him on those
But
two.
when you have him and Jameson both, but that's what reminded me when we were there. Did it remind you of that, Tony? It reminded me of us. Huh? Well, yeah. Then Reese was playing with fire, making fire.
Oh
going.
yeah, what fucking 6-year-old wouldn't? I got a heater going right there, and there's grass. What 6-year-old's not going to burn it?
But that reminded me of me and Tony as a kid with Dad.
Yeah.
But there would have been 2 of us.
Right.
And then me jacking with Tony all the time to make him upset.
And then you jacked with Reese and made him fall in the water.
I didn't make him fall in the water.
He would not have gotten into the water had you not egged him on.
I said, Reese, you can get that decoy. How's that egging him on? That's what he wanted to do. He didn't get wet from his feet. It wasn't because of that. It's because he tripped and fell.
Had he not been in the water and tripped and fell, he would have been dry and not crying.
It didn't hurt him at all. He's my grandson. He
I'm
used
not
to do
saying
shit
that
like
it hurt him, but it put me in a. I got to act like I'm a shitty parent.
Well, speaking of
because-
shitty parents, what are you doing letting him drive a little go-kart that goes 30 miles an hour down the street and run in the back of his mom's vehicle?
That was funny. It doesn't go that fast.
Zach said it was hauling ass.
No, it was from me to you. Sometimes y'all bought it for him.
Well, I didn't know what we bought.
Sometimes that accelerator gets stuck, and he was from me to you from Jesse's bumper, and he let his foot off of the accelerator, and it kept going, and didn't hurt him that bad.
Zach said, I thought he was really going to be hurt bad.
Nah, he's all right.
Yep.
Well, what am I? I'm not raising a fucking snowflake. Bruises are going to happen.
Yeah, he is learning the hard way. Well, anyways.
But I do enjoy taking him, and it was a special time.
I had a good time the other day. I had a lot of
glad
laughs,
you did.
and I enjoyed it. But it reminded me of my dad. If there'd been just one more kid, and I'm thinking 2 years down the road when you've got Jameson in there. Now, by that time, Reese will be able to learn shit on his own.
Yeah. That's the thing is he's just.
How old is Reese?
6.
Reese is 6, and Jameson is 3.
Yep.
That's the same difference as me and Tony.
No. Jameson's 2.5.
He'll be 3. That's,
He'll be 3
that's
in
about a
June.
year's difference more than me and Tony were.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of fighting going on. Anyways, I appreciate everybody listening to y'all. Check out all of our sponsors. Check us out on YouTube. We're going to have a giveaway going on pretty soon on I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to give away something here pretty quick. Do a giveaway on, it's going to be on bringing a friend to the podcast. I don't know how we're going to do this yet, but we're going to figure out a way to do it. About some, I don't know. Anyways, we'll come up with something. Anyways, thank y'all. God bless y'all. Have a great week. Bye.
Go check out all of our great sponsors. Check out Athletic Brewing Company. You can drink beer without the compromise. Foul Bandit, Stanfield Hunting Outfitters, Gundog Outdoors, Dirty Duck Coffee, Dive Bomb Industries, Boss, Shot Shells, Pacific Calls, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Duck Club, William Chris Wines, Blind Grass, and 14 Cattle Company.